Hey everybody, so I'm going to start off by showing you a few pictures of what my hair looked like before I did this. And I simply got this color by just leaving Shimmer Light shampoo on my hair for about 15 minutes. It was actually accidental, but it ended up being really cool, but it faded out really fast. So this is what happened after it washed out. It was just left, pretty decent blonde. And I'm going to be experimenting with purples and pinks and blues and things like that with the blonde base. So I was going to do a purple to pink ombre, but it ended up being more of like a silver to a baby pink, and it washed right out. But I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So first I sectioned my hair, and I take my dye. I'm going to be using Ultraviolet from Manic Panic and Raspberry Kamikaze from Color Jams, and mixing them with just any old white conditioner to dilute. You're going to need some gloves, and I use a shower cap and a tint brush to apply it. And I mixed a very, very little bit of the ultraviolet to my conditioner and used quite a bit of conditioner. And I'll show you what the color ended up look like after I mixed both of the dyes. And I ended up having to make more. I always have to make more. I never make enough. It just never happens for me. So the amount you see, I end up using more, but it is about, the same color. I also do suggest using that clear clear bowl that you can get at Sally's, because you can really see the color that is turning out when you're diluting and making pastels. So here I am mixing the baby pink, and that's about how much I used. I did not use very much at all. That Kamikaze raspberry or whatever is very dark. I would assume I've only used it diluted. And definitely use two separate brushes, one for the pink, one for the purple, or whatever colors you're doing. If you're doing more than one color, you definitely don't want to mix your brushes. It'll just muddy up your color, and it's not really what you're trying to go for. Then I wouldn't suggest to do that. So I start by applying the lavenderish color at the top toward my roots and about halfway down, because my hair is pretty short. If it was longer, I wouldn't do as much. I wouldn't do half, but just whatever you would like. I just wanted my tips to be pink, really. And it's kind of hard to, get the colors from not blending. I kept touching the pink parts or my blonde parts with my purple hand before I get to it, and it was kind of a mess, but it was fun experimenting, and that's, what it's all about. You'll definitely probably also want to use a mirror to check the back periodically and frequently. That's what I did. I just didn't record that part, so you can make sure it's all even. So here's a little bit later on where I've got more of the dye in my hair. I'm, getting closer to the end. Just doing the same thing all over. It's kind of tedious. Making sure you get it really brushed through each hair. I wouldn't suggest combing through it. Sometimes I comb through my hair when I mix it with conditioner, but I wouldn't suggest to do it if you're doing an ombre effect or two different colors. You don't want to blend the colors. This is the last little bit that I have, making sure I get the roots really well and getting it really well through each section. And this is the last bit of pink, so I'm just putting that pink on the tips. And then I go over it again just to make sure I get all the tips really well and work everything in. If I have any leftover dye, I use it. You can also use or make some up in advance and put it in like a little conditioner bottle or a little travel bottle and reuse it. That way you can do it in the shower. And I'm done there. I'm putting the shower cap on, and I let this sit for probably about an hour to 2 hours is typically what I do. I just do some chores or watch TV or something and then rinse it out. I shampoo it and rinse it really well. I don't condition it. Sometimes I don't even shampoo it. I just rinse it out and then blow dry it. So this is the end result. It ended up being really silvery, like I said, with some kind of baby pink tips, and I really liked the silver. It'd be nice to do it all over, but it really fades out quickly. It washes right out to still being brassy again. But like I said, you can make this in advance and just use it all the time when you're in the shower, and it'll keep it silver if that's what you're going for. And so after this faded out, I decided to go all over my head with a more condensed purple. I didn't dilute it as much. And you'll see here what it looks like. I'll show you some pictures. This is me with my shower cap on that day, the day I did all over purple. And then this is what it looked like, really pretty. It was more purpley than silver like before. But this actually just washed right out as well. It faded really quickly. And so after that, I actually ended up doing Rockabilly Blue. And I'm going to make my next video about me. I did the Kamikaze Raspberry, but not as light, all over the blue. And I'll show you what that looks like if you continue to watch my channel. Thank you.